Hey guys, how are you doing? Codex just got a plugin that can really shorten the path between an AI app idea and a working project. Now, besides writing the code, it can connect to the OpenAI platform and help with the setup. The API keys guide you through the documentation and even diagnose common errors during development. For those who create apps, automations, or agents with artificial intelligence, this can turn Codex into a more complete technical co-pilot, or even a mid-level developer capable of taking care not only of the code, but also of much of the configuration that usually holds up the start of a project. But before you get into all of this, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support us and also watch the videos without ads, just click the join button. Deal? So, let's get to the video. Well guys, today I want to share this news with you. Codex can now help you build AI apps and agents faster with OpenAI's APIs using the OpenAI Developers plugin. They have a short video here showing exactly how all of this works. I'll leave it down below in the description of this video. See what Julian Gold, who is a guy I follow here on X, is saying. ChatGPT Codex is no longer just a coding assistant. Now it's starting to look more like a full-fledged AI worker. It can build applications, connect tools, test workflows, control the browser, and automate tasks from a single prompt. The scariest part is that most people still think it only writes code. Here on the OpenAI developers page, look at what they're saying. Install the OpenAI Developers plugin in Codex to create, troubleshoot, and distribute applications using the OpenAI API. So, for now, at the time I'm recording this video, this plugin only works with OpenAI API keys. There's no point in trying to use another key because it won't work. So, they're locking down this ecosystem by using the company's own API here. Then they continue here. The OpenAI Developers plugin helps you create AI applications and agents in Codex with access to the OpenAI platform and guidance for setting up the OpenAI API. It integrates with the OpenAI Docs skill, already part of the Codex installation. What does this new plugin include? OpenAI API platform. Connect Codex to the company's own API platform. API key setup. Create, save, and connect an API key from your Codex project when your application needs access to our API. Troubleshooting. Identify common failures in the OpenAI API and guide you to the correct next step. If you are new to Codex, start here before installing the plugin. So, you need to install the desktop application. It can be for macOS or Windows. And here it provides the step-by-step instructions on how you should proceed to set up this plugin inside Codex. This link will also be down below in the description of this video. So, let's go. I'm going to show you now how this plugin works and what it's for. Let's go. After you install Codex on your computer, you'll go to the Plugins menu. And notice that now, here in the Engineering menu, I have the OpenAI Developers plugin option here. If yours isn't installed yet, just go ahead and install it. It will ask you to connect with your OpenAI account. After that, it will show up as installed in your Codex. So, that's basically what you need to do to complete this installation. After that, when you come back to the tool, you just need to activate this plugin. How do you do that? Pay attention to this prompt I'm going to use here. So I typed OpenAI Developers. It already shows up here so I can select it. And the front-end app builder, which is another plugin that's also available here inside Codex. By the way, I recommend that you install these plugins that show up here because they really help boost your Codex. So here we have several plugins and also several automations that are available for you to make your Codex even more powerful, okay? Returning here, I continued with my prompt. To create a product ad studio, the user can send the product image. And the app should use GPT 5.5 and GPT Image 2 to generate impressive advertising images, allowing for review and feedback submission. So this is my sample prompt. What I want to demonstrate is that I can trigger the OpenAI Developers plugin here to do what? So that it installs my API key without me having to do absolutely anything. It's just this step. I don't need to worry about configuration, documentation, none of that. But there's one important thing. You need to have an API key with OpenAI. And for that, you need to link your credit card. It's like a regular API key that you have in other tools. You pay for usage, okay? So, this here is my prompt. To execute this task, I'm going to come here to the model selector and select GPT-0.5. But if you want to spend fewer tokens, there are other options like GPT 5.4, GPT 5.4, Mini, 5.3, Codex, and 5.2. I'll leave it here at 0.5. For speed, I'll leave it at default. And for intelligence, I'll set it to medium to use fewer tokens. Here in this menu, where it says Full Access, you can select whether you want Codex to do everything by itself without you having to give permissions, or if you want it to keep interrupting you from time to ask for this authorization. I'm going to leave it here on Full Access and send my command. Done, it's already finished creating my app here, and look at what it wrote. OpenAI will power this studio to generate ads with GPT 5.5 and GPT Images 5. I couldn't find a usable OpenAI API key in the current environment. I need to create an API key for this project. Do you want me to set it up for you? So, did you see how this plugin works? All of this is done by artificial intelligence. The platform takes care of creating this API key. What is this for? Basically, when you're going to create an app that needs image generation, video generation, or more advanced code creation, you're going to need an API key. And usually, most of the time, this API key costs money. So that's why this kind of feature is essential for anyone who wants to commercialize an app. You'll need an API key if your app, for example, needs image generation, because you have to access the generation engine of a certain company so it can deliver this result to you. Alright? So, it's already telling me here that it's going to do all the setup for me. I already have an API key on the OpenAI platform. I'll show you how much I've spent. And then, in the end, it delivered this app to me. Check out how it works. Product Ad Studio. Here, I'm going to upload my image. So I'm going to click here, select the watch, and change the name here. It already brings up a brief. Create a premium visual campaign focused on desire, texture, real use, and editorial finish. I'll leave the channel as Instagram and keep the landscape format. Here in the direction, I have premium product, still life, dramatic lifestyle use, clean background for ad performance. I'll leave it here as premium product, sophisticated and direct tone, and I'll ask it to generate my campaign. To do this, it will use my API key. Why? I need image generation. Done. The message already appears here that it's creating my campaign using my API key. So, for this campaign, it will generate 3 images. Notice that up here, it already brought up the creative brief. Premium visual campaign for Instagram, highlighting the Casio G-Shock watch as an object of desire. Resistant, sophisticated, tactile, and ready for real use. The direction combines texture, editorial lighting, and aspirational settings for more demanding digital buyers. There you go. It has already finished my campaign here, and look how cool that is. It brought 3 images and below a description of each one. Urban Armor highlights G-Shock's robust finish in a premium urban context. Tactical Elegance shows the product in an aspirational setting, bringing performance and sophistication closer together. And finally, Carbonite. It creates a perception of high value through premium materials. Then I can approve my campaign here or review it. So, I'm going to approve the first one here, approve the second one as well, and approve the third one. And then, if I want, I can select any of these images here and download them to my computer. Look how interesting that is. So, with just a single prompt, using this new Codex plugin, I was able to create an app without having to worry about configuring my API key. Let's go now, because I want to show you how much I spent on this generation. Look, I'm here inside the OpenAI platform, and this expense here refers to a test I did earlier. So, it was the same thing, I just did it before to test. I spent $1.39 and used almost 11,000 tokens. I'm going to refresh the page now just to see how much this second generation cost. Look, now it's showing here that my cost was $154 and I used 14,000 tokens. So, did you notice? This system works for those who have a paid API key, who want to create apps to make money, or for you to have an app capable of generating images, videos, more complex code, and so on. What's the big advantage of this plugin? It's that from now on, using Codex here, you can simply ask the tool to set up the API key for you, if necessary. Because sometimes you want a regular app that will just run locally, and then you won't even need an API key. Now, if you're a developer and work with this kind of setup, then you can let Codex do it for you without you having to worry about anything at all. So, did you like it? Do you think Codex is better than anti-gravity? And what about cloud code? Let me know in the comments, okay? I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.
It's a ghost, and the moon is a dime. Moon.
Music.